Okay, in this Blender 2.7 tutorial for advanced beginners, we're going to take a look at the Solidify modifier and other ways to solidify an object. And I'll show you some additional values of using the vertex groups as well. So if this cube, all I've done is remove the top face of the cube. Now if this was going to be used in a game environment, if I switched over to game mode and I pressed P, you can see I don't see the inside of the object. That's because by default the game engines only render one side of the polygon of the object. So if you want to have a interior side rendered, you either have to add it yourself or use other tools. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's just add this manually. One way, there's all kinds of ways, but if I click those and press Shift D, then I've copied an extra set, and I'll press S Shift Z and I'll just kind of move them in just slightly. So there I have a interior face, but it's still not going to work. If I go out here and start it, you can still see something's not quite right. I don't see that, but that's because in edit mode, if you go down here and look at the vertex normals, I don't see any normals facing inside. I see them on these outside surfaces. So I have to flip these normals in here. So mesh, normals, flip, like that. Okay. And then when I run it there, I see the inside like that. So that's one way to go about doing it. Alright, so let's Control Z that. Alright, so there that is. The other way, and which is more powerful for many reasons, and I'll show you both ways, is use the Solidify modifier from object mode. So I'll add the modifier, solidify, I'll change the thickness so it's easy to see, like this. Alright, and then I'll apply it. And then I'll go into game mode. And there it is. All the faces on the inside are automatically taken care of for me. Alright, so I exit that, and then you can see also that the normals are automatically filled in. So that's a great way. If you didn't have the top on first and you applied it, you can get hollow edges in here that you have to fill in by hand, which you don't want to do. But one of the other real great advantages of that Solidify modifier, let's Control Z back out. Oh no, it's not Control Zing out because I was in edit mode. That Control Z works individually in edit and object mode. So you can do a Control Z in object mode and it still won't affect the edits you did in edit mode. Alright, so now when I'm in here, this is a great little trick in here, having access to the vertex groups. Vertex groups are so fundamentally important to editing and modeling. So we'll create one, or I probably have one, so we'll just go look at the vertex group over here. I have one called group, but I'll just create another one. So in edit mode, I'll just pick this. Oh, it can't get it yet because in that sense, because I haven't applied it. So it's not yet, so that I can't, so I'm not going to be able to use it. So it won't matter. I'll just use this outside one in edit mode because this is really the object is still a single object without being applied. So I'm going to use this as a vertex group. So I'll go to the vertex group and I'll call it, I'll make a new group. That'll be, I'll just use that one and I'll have a weight of 1 and I'll assign it. Okay, so then on that side is where I have, now when I go back to the Solidify modifier, if I use the vertex group in here, so I can just pick a vertex group and there it is, group 001, and notice what it does. Then it only applies the Solidify modifier to this side, but it gives you the advantage of automatically creating tapered edges, right? Otherwise you have to create, you know, if you don't use that approach, like if I get rid of that there and I have it in here and I apply it, I mean, oops, I have to leave edit mode and I apply it. I have that like that, then I can always go back into here. Yeah, and then in edit mode I can grab, say, you know, that point, that point, that point, that point, and I say I could scale those on X, SX, and I could do it that way and then maybe pull them down like that. That's another way you could do it. So there's just a lot of modeling, gives you lots of opportunities in Blender. It's gotten quite powerful, so but you might not be aware of things like this, so just in case you didn't know. And okay, well that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next lesson.